Hello, I'm Bobby Hawk, and I'm running for re-election to the Blue Springs Board of Education. And I'm excited that you're joining me today. My goal is each Friday to spend about 5 minutes and to answer questions or to address concerns or even to clarify the roles and responsibilities of school board members. And so thanks for tuning in with me. Today, I actually want to talk about listening, learning, and leading. And in order to do that, let me go backwards to when my daughter first entered kindergarten in the Blue Springs School District. She started attending William Yates Elementary, which interestingly is the exact same elementary school that I attended in the Blue Springs School District back when I was younger, much younger. But when I would drop her off in the mornings, I would always, on the way, I would ask her, Natalie, what are you going to do today? And her response was, I'll be a good listener, good learner, and good leader. Now, this is something that we rehearsed and went over numerous times, partly because I knew that if she would focus on listening, learning, and leading, that she would have a good day despite the challenges that she might face as an elementary student. We continued that all the way through elementary school. She probably got tired of it because it was, hey, you're going to be a good what? Listener, learner, leader. She would say that every day. But you know what? I think that's a good characteristic that carries not through just through elementary school, middle school, high school, but into adulthood. I actually think it's a pretty good description of what school board members are responsible to do. And so I want to break that down. First of all, school board members need to be willing to listen to obviously parents and to listen to those in the community that have concerns, to listen to the needs of teachers and staff, to listen to administrators and the leadership cabinet, even the superintendent. Listening is a real key attribute in being a school board member. But I want to clarify because a lot of times, and I've read some things recently and certainly heard people say things like, well, the school board just doesn't listen to me, or that school board member doesn't listen to me. Well, in regards to listening, keep in mind, just because you don't get the answer that you want, or I could even say you don't get your way in a situation, it doesn't mean that people aren't listening to you. If my daughter says, hey, Dad, I want to go to McDonald's, and I say no, it doesn't mean I didn't hear her or listen to her. It just simply means that the answer is no. And a lot of times the answers that we get aren't necessarily going to reflect the desires that we have. That's true for everyone. But I do believe our current school board, I believe we do a good job at listening to the community. We do. We read the emails. We have the conversations. And we listen to the concerns. And then we address those concerns that are within our power, or we refer people back through the process by which those should be addressed, whether that's talking directly to the teacher or the building principal or even to central office. But school board members should be good listeners. They should also be good learners. We're always learning. We never stop learning. And that means learning through concerns and challenges. It also means learning about new opportunities, which I'm really excited about with our Career Tech program that will eventually take over the entire facility that is currently the Freshman Center for Blue Springs High School. There's a lot of new opportunities. We can learn from other districts. We can certainly learn from the teachers and administrators that are in our buildings. We can learn from the community, our parents, even our business partners. But we have to be willing to learn. School board members also have to learn a lot of things that they didn't know prior to being on a school board, from school finance to school governance. There's a lot to learn. We also get to learn about the exciting things in our school that we may not have been aware of. Most recently, the FFA did a presentation to our school board, and we learned a lot as a school board about this incredible group of students. And so school board members have to be willing to continue to learn. And then finally, school board members have to be willing to lead. To lead means you're going to make decisions that not everyone is going to agree with. In the past 2 years, as we've walked through a pandemic, there have been a lot of decisions that we as a school board have had to make. Some difficult decisions, I might add, some decisions that we knew were not always going to be popular, some decisions that we understood the community would never agree on, yet we've had to make those decisions. We've made those decisions on what's best for educating students. Now, there's been people who have tried to take some of the context out of our comments, and I'll give you an example. When we said that we're making decisions based on education, what's best for education, and we're not taking a side of science, well, that comment alone has been misinterpreted as we as a school board, we don't care about science. Well, that's not true. We care about science. The context was that at the time when we were in mask, we could keep kids in school if both kids wore masks because of the quarantine rules. So we said, that's what we're going to do. We have to keep kids in school. There came a time when we were able to drop the mask and make that more of an option for parents, which I do believe in giving options to parents as much as we can. And then we no longer followed that quarantine process because it was going to keep kids out of school that weren't sick. Again, tough decisions not everyone's going to agree with, but that's part of leadership. So what do you need in a school board member? What do you need in your school board? You need people who are willing to be good listeners, good learners, and good leaders. And I feel like over the past 3 years, I've been able to listen to the concerns of our community. I feel like I've been able to learn about the roles and responsibilities of a school board member. And I feel like I've been able to lead alongside my peers, even in making some tough decisions. And that's why I would ask for you to continue to allow me to serve this community in this role. Vote for me on April 5th to be reelected to the Blue Springs School Board. And I promise I'll do my best to be a good listener, good learner, and good leader. Again, my purpose is simple. It's to help staff and students fulfill theirs. And I appreciate your vote on April 5th. We'll talk to you again soon.